Do what must be done. Do not hesitate. Show no mercy.
Skeleton Crew was trash. Now, some might be saying, Darth Melvin, it's a kid's show. You can't make fun of a kid's show. Rawr!
I hope you can hear me when I say I better not see anybody bullying these fucking children. All right, we are not going to have another Jake Lloyd incident in this fandom.
I don't care if it's a kid's show. These kids are fake fans. Now let's see what Neil has to say.
Yeah, I was introduced to Star Wars by my dad.
Dad, again, 4 for 4. What are the odds?
Never tell me the odds.
He's always saying a here. Yeah.
Darth Melvin, you're bullying the children. I'm exposing them for being fake fans. They're not really Star Wars fans. This is a scripted answer by all 4 of them. These kids are fake fans. And Disney Star Wars is fake Star Wars. On this channel, I rip apart fake Star Wars. I watched all 8 episodes of Skeleton Crew, and it was bad. And it was consistent with how shitty Disney Star Wars is. In this review, I'm going to break down the plot, talk about how the fandom perceived it, rip on the Disney shills, and let you know how Skeleton Crew has affected the movement to avenge Star Wars.
We popped some popcorn, and the 3 of us plopped down on the couch and we watched the first 2 episodes together.
So grab a bowl of buttery popcorn and enjoy my review of Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
She's hovering a bite of popcorn in front of her face, doing that thing where you're about to take a bite, but there's a suspenseful moment on screen, and for whatever reason, you're not putting the food in your mouth until the suspense is over. Just sitting there watching the scene, popcorn waiting. I'll tell you, man, it's nice being a normal dude watching Star Wars. The show's fun, and I'm glad I'm getting to experience it with the family.
Power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
I hate Disney Star Wars. It is fake Star Wars. It's non-canon and always will be non-canon. In addition to making shills big mad, I do try to strategically red pill as many people as possible. They don't have to be stuck in the Disney Matrix. They can be free and enjoy real Star Wars, the George Lucas 6 movies, and expanded universe. Everyone gets red-pilled at different times. Whether it was during the sequels or after a stupid show on Communist Plus, it gets to a point where someone can no longer accept Disney Star Wars as actual Star Wars. The Acolyte was a major L for Disney Star Wars. It was so bad that it reached the normies and people clinging to the fake Star Wars. It made them finally understand how bad Disney is. In addition to the new wave of Disney detractors, content creators were really piling on the Acolyte. They were trashing the show. There was even a rise of channels ripping on Disney shills, taking a page out of the greats who have come before them. And honestly, it warmed my heart. Seeing all the shills get ripped on by these creators, the anti-Disney Star Wars movement was really peaking, and it was just getting started. The Acolyte got canceled quickly after it ended, and the real party began. Everyone was having so much fun, laughing at Circus Film, their failure of a show, and all the Disney shill losers that were crying about it. You could only think that people were really getting it now, and it was only going to get better from here. But then, something happened. About 4 months later, a new show was about to release. It was the next thing. Skeleton Crew, a poorly advertised, low-stakes, kid show, that was certainly going to be more garbage. The Disney shills got their memos from Lucasfilm telling them what to say about the show, telling them what narrative to push. That narrative was Goonies in space.
I'm looking forward to this one just because it feels like a Goonies type story in a Star Wars world.
Yeah.
Has a Goonies thing.
It definitely has Goonies 100%.
Yeah.
The Amblin classics like E.T., The Goonies, Hook.
You know, kind of reminds me of like the Goonies and stuff.
Is this the Goonies?
God, seriously.
Is this Star Wars meets the
This is
Goonies? Because
awesome.
I'm into it.
It's Harry Potter that meets Goonies. It's also like Hook and just make up any movie that you want and plug it right in there. It doesn't matter because the show can't stand on its own. The whole goal of saying Goonies in space and all these other movies is to dupe people into being excited for the show, getting them to feel that nostalgia, and Disney hoped that nostalgia would latch on to Skeleton Crew. People like these other movies and IPs, and if Skeleton Crew is similar to those, then people might actually like Skeleton Crew. That's the narrative they tried to push out there. The shills pushed this hard. Goonies in space. And this is not the first time they've done something like this. With a boring show like Andor, they told everyone to say it was going to be a slow burn. Don't tune out so quickly after 3 episodes. It's a slow burn. The show's not boring. It's just a slow burn. But that wasn't the case for Skeleton Crew. For Skeleton Crew, the show's not boring. The show is fun. Fun, fun, fun.
We're lost. Really lost.
Oh, this looks so much fun.
They're the Skeleton Crew. This looks like it's gonna be fun.
So far, I think Skeleton Crew looks like a fun watch.
This did look pretty fun and exciting.
It's fun.
Oh, this looks so much fun.
It's fun, fun, fun.
I can't wait. This is going to be so much fun.
In addition to hyping up the show, the idiot shills tried to take a shot at the real fans of Star Wars and tried to spread a narrative that the kids were going to get bullied by the toxic YouTubers. Oh my god. People have been ripping on Disney Star Wars from the beginning. But what evidence is there that real Star Wars fans have targeted and harassed kids in the past for being in these bad movies and bad shows? There is no evidence. Their evidence is accusing the 30 to 50-year-old demographic for bullying Jake Lloyd over 26 years ago. A narrative that has been debunked over and over again. Jake Lloyd was bullied by kids at his school and has a history of mental illness. But if the shills need to blame anyone, they could blame me. In 1999, I rode my bike over to Jake Lloyd's school every other week and bullied him.
It was me!
The shills were busy pushing their fake news, and they're going to do that with every show. But for the most part, it's just irrelevant because there's not many of them. No one cares what the shills have to say. The important part of the next thing, Skeleton Crew, the acolyte hate, seemed to disappear. You had channels that were critical of the acolyte pushing the same narratives as the shills. It's Goonies in space! It's fun, fun, fun!
Hey, this looks fun. I am stoked for this. I think this will be something enjoyable.
It doesn't have any known characters in it, so it's not breaking canon.
Okay, fine, acceptable, decent. These are all words that I think neatly describe Star Wars Skeleton Crew. It was a fun, well-meaning, inoffensive little romp of a show, reliably entertaining without being particularly memorable.
All the momentum we built, a lot of it seemed to be derailed. Why didn't the hate just continue onto this show? Why is that? Why did they change their tune? It's a kid show, so what? Check out who produced the show. Jon Favreau. It was a Jon Favreau production. You see, when Leslie Headland made her garbage, That was perfectly fine to rip on. Oh, it's a woke show. She's an idiot. And that gets clicks. It's true, but it gets clicks. But when Jon Favreau, and he's linked to The Mandalorian Season 1 and Season 2. Season 3 doesn't exist because Season 1 and Season 2 was so good. These fake fans are going to drop the negativity and look the other way. Because it's not about ripping Disney Star Wars. It's about fence riding. Ripping on shows and movies that are extremely awful and slinging hopium for the rest of it. They have been doing this for years since Doomcock was pushing that fake Civil War narrative on his channel, which was completely debunked. Kathleen Kennedy bad, Leslie Headland bad, woke, they don't understand Star Wars, but Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, they're different. They're different. When clearly they're not different. If you know anything about Dave Filoni's been a woke retard that doesn't understand Star Wars since the beginning, and he got exposed. And whatever you think about him or thought about the Clone Wars, he recently got exposed again with Ahsoka. And this was the biggest production to date for him. Live action on Communist Plus, and he was trash. And this was the show before The Acolyte. So we can't support Dave Filoni. We can't support him. Jon Favreau, Season 1 and Season 2, The Mandalorian. You got a lot of people that jerk off to that. But Season 3, people did not like it. Book of Boba Fett, they did not like it. And so you would think Favreau exposed himself. Filoni exposed himself. Why are they still pushing? Why are they still supporting a show that was produced by Jon Favreau? Who knows how much involvement Favreau had in the show, but he has his name on it as a producer. And it's very telling that a lot of these quote-unquote acolyte-hating channels took their foot off the gas with Skeleton Crew and didn't rip on it and supported it and pushed the shill narratives. Goonies in space, and it's fun. This was an eye-opener. Realistically, expecting everyone to understand Disney Star Wars is fake news, some people don't get it right away. After The Acolyte, people got it. They got it. It was all of a sudden, it used to be a fringe thing to denounce Disney canon and say it's all shit, and it seemed like people were getting it. We have reached a breaking point, and now it's going to become more mainstream. To blackpill Disney Star Wars. This backtracking wasn't because Skeleton Crew was any good. It was a calculated decision to not rip on Disney Star Wars during Skeleton Crew, to support it. And you gotta question, how authentic was their hatred of The Acolyte? Leslie Headland, easy target. Sure, these channels made a lot of good points. How do you miss when dunking on The Acolyte? I think maybe the most important thing with Skeleton Crew, it exposed these frauds. Definitively. There's no coming back from this. The line in the sand is drawn. They're not on our side.
Well, with all that, it sounds like you've got a pretty big night planned, huh?
Like with The Acolyte, Disney really emphasized engagement with their Disney shills. For The Acolyte, they sent out a bunch of gift baskets and tissues. And the swagman personally gave all them facials. This is disgusting. It's just a group of 20-something people with pronouns on their Twitter profile and mental illness. And in this crowd, you had so many people pretending to like the show just to get clout from the swagman. Just to get that facial, that Twitter follow, that gift basket, that facial. The recognition from all the other degenerates is everything to these shills. and they wanted it badly. Disney Star Wars fans are fake fans, and fake fans for multiple reasons. A large amount of them only really care about cute little characters. Porgs, Babu Frick, Grogu. The next hit for the Disney shills, Neil.
I really liked Baby Dumbo.
Yeah.
Immediately after the Acolyte failure, shills rushed to find something new to shill over.
Neil, oh, he's gonna be my new favorite man. I love him. He's already a meme. Already a big meme.
Like the Yord Horde in the Acolyte, Neil Nation was born. This hashtag was spread around by all the freaks. And the official fake Star Wars account noticed that, and they started sending out Yord Horde stickers and tissues to these fake fans. And of course, the Disney show's got a giant kick out of it. Neil Nation, from its inception, was just a pathetic attempt to recapture the hype that Yord Horde generated. They wanted it to be exactly the same, but with something new, a different hashtag. Neil Nation. From the trailer this started.
Good.
Neil?
Neil. I think Neil might be my favorite.
You had very sad people out there that were part of Neil Nation. Jacob, a Disney show that buys subscribers to get notice and to get facials from the swagmen, in an attempt to get invited to the premiere, tweeted out a picture of Neil. He was going to post a picture of Neil every day until he got invited to the Skeleton Crew premiere. He did it for about 3 days, and then this was exposed by me, Darth Melvin, leader of the Knights of Melvin. Jacob was so embarrassed by his failure, not being recognized by the fake Star Wars account, not being recognized by the swagmen, and everyone laughing at him, he deleted the posts in shame. The hype for Neil continued all throughout the show. Everything he did, he was cute. He's a cute character. He was the new Grogu.
Neil is such a sweet addition to the Skeleton Crew, and his pop figure really reflects that. I absolutely love the attention to detail on his jacket and his little hands.
We didn't need a story, anyone. We don't need Jedi. We don't need Sith. We don't need the Empire. We don't need the Republic. All we need is cute characters. He was the new Grogu. And with Grogu, you had the gaps. The Grogu attracted person. With Neil, you had naps.
I love Neil.
There was some sick tweets being sent out. Knowing how sick their target audience is, Disney put a scene in Skeleton Crew where Neil was in a bathtub. And of course, the degenerate Disney shills lost their mind, posting pictures of this all over the internet. And you even had Molly Damon of Star Wars Sexplained, Disney's top Disney shill, join in the mix. She loved the scene so much, naked Neil was in her head so badly, she drew a picture of Neil in a bathtub and displayed it in one of their videos. Absolutely disgusting. This sick behavior, it's celebrated. Chopper, one of the many robosexuals in the Twitter Star Wars community. Me, oh my god, baby Neil's. Also me 2 seconds later. Oh my god, naked Neil. Hashtag Skeleton Crew. Fucking deranged. Degenerate. This is disgusting. Neil's siblings are so cute. What the good? All capitals. And then Neil in the bath. Help me. Help me. A child. It's a child in a bath. And she's saying, help me. This person is 19 years old and the pronouns are she, they. And they really like to see Neil naked in a bathtub. All I'm saying is if Runa does not run up to Neil and give him a huge hug when they come back home, there's gonna be problems. Hashtag Skeleton Crew, hashtag Neil. Again, more shipping of Neil and Runa. Wanting kids to hook up in the show.
All the kids in this class aspire to be white-collar clerical jobs, including Runa.
I want to be a senior statistical accountant.
Ah, yes.
We learned that Neil is smitten with Runa. Runa is not good enough for Neil. No one's good enough for Neil.
Comically Boston. Neil must be protected at all costs. He must get his love, Runa. Hashtag Skeleton Crew. Another adult that's shipping Neil wants to see this relationship on screen. Another case of a nap. You have this guy, Cantina Talk. This guy thought he could get more views on his watch parties by having a Neil pillow. A Neil pillow. Can you imagine what happens to that Neil pillow at night? I don't want to know, but I can guess what happens. You can guess what happens to that Neil pillow at night. These people are complete Disney shill losers. And they deserve to be ripped on badly. This is sick behavior. And it's celebrated. It's celebrated in this community of shills. But this is only the tip of the iceberg.
This bed is on fire with passionate love. The neighbors complain about the noises above.
In Skeleton Crew, one of the antagonists is a schist Avenin. Looks like a big furry cat. He's very mean and menacing. One of the Disney shills, Cam and Film, created a group called the Brutus Beat-Offs. This guy was a furry. He'd watch a children's show on Communist Plus and get aroused by Brutus. Judging by the name, Brutus Beat-Offs, he likely jacked off to the show. Skeleton Crew.
My primary advice would be please do not watch that show. Something unhealthy is happening there.
This group had other members too. This guy was followed by other Disney shills. You can't criticize Cam and the Brutus Beat-Offs because it's bigoted to make fun of furries. And to make things worse, Cam received a Disney shill Skeleton Crew gift basket from the official fake Star Wars account. They mailed it to his home. The guy who created the Brutus Beat-Offs, which is from a children's show. Unbelievable that this freak would be on their shill list. And after seeing this, there is truly no limit to how bad it can get. We've talked about the shills and their narratives. Let's get into the show. Skeleton Crew is a show about 4 kids on an isolated planet, an Earth-like planet. They discover a spaceship and blast into outer space. On their journey to get home, they learn how unique and hidden their planet is. It's actually a treasure planet that has Old Republic currency. They run into Jude Law, the outcasted leader of the space pirates. Jude Law has some abilities in the Force. As the show progresses, we get answers to some of the questions revolving around the kids' planet at Atten and Jude Law. All of it is underwhelming and a bit vague. This isn't a really deep story, and it's predictable. Of course, the kids end up back on the planet after 8 episodes. No one dies, the pirates are defeated, the kids learn some life lessons on how not to be completely useless and got a lot of help from plot armor. And then Jude Law, who initially befriended the kids to trick them into taking them along on their ship, betrayed them and was revealed to be an asshole. His whole mission to get rich off of this planet failed, but he wasn't arrested or died. His ending is left open-ended for a possible season 2. This show is garbage. It's forgettable. But the Disney shills loved it.
My guts! They're everywhere!
This shit is cringe. The creator of the show actually said this wasn't a kid's show. That's fake news. Skeleton Crew is a kid's show. A stupid kid's show. The 4 main kids are supposed to be about 12. They act like they're 7. Harry Potter, for example. In the first movie, the kids are about 12. They act like they are 12. You're not sitting there watching it as an adult, rolling your eyes and wanting to die. But with Skeleton Crew, you do, because it is extremely juvenile and poorly written.
This is mine. I already claimed it.
I called in claim season and claimed it from me and KB. No boys allowed.
No calling on claimsters without the claimer. Everyone on the whole planet knows that.
Then I call in claimsies now.
Claimsies!
Bastards. Thanks, KB. They called claimsies. It checks out.
There's 4 main characters. Neil, the cute Grogu substitute. This kind of character is a staple in everything Disney Star Wars. You have Wim, who is a total wimp. I called him Wimp the whole series. Darth Melvin, you can't say that about the kids. He is a wimp. The whole show he's crying and being a wimpy bitch. He couldn't even turn on a lightsaber the right way. I was 12 years old once, and at 12, I'd still think this kid is a wimp. He's one of those wimpy kids in gym class that never watched sports. Their dad was a wimp and never taught them anything about sports. And then they were on your team and they were as bad as the girls, if not worse. That's who Wimp was in the whole show. This character really liked the Jedi, and it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up in Rey's Jedi Order in the future. They didn't say anything about him being Force sensitive, nothing in the show, but neither is Sabine Wren. And look what she did with the Disney Force in Ahsoka. In shit-ass fake news Disney Star Wars, anyone could be a Jedi. Then you had Fern, who is the strong whammon of the show. And I guess she was supposed to be comic relief, but her comedic lines never hit. No one cared during her emotional scenes. She's just a bad character. But hey, Hello Greedo liked her.
I wanted to get my kid like a cool Fern shirt for Christmas or something. I might have to make one myself.
Then you had KB, who had her own little hashtag, the KB Bunch. Not nearly as popular as Neil Nation. She had cybernetic prosthetics, but what was important about her is the freaks in the fandom celebrated this character for representing neurodivergence. Imagine this, grown adults watching a very juvenile kid show and seeing themselves in these characters. Oh look, it's a neurodivergent freak. I love Skeleton Crew. KB was a very quiet, mild-mannered idiot. She was boring and a bad character.
Threw a bunch of steam, climbed a cliff, after days without maintenance. That's just not reality.
Out of the 4 kids, it's really hard to decide who the worst character is. They're all lame. If I had to pick, I think I might go with Wimp, because he's such a wimp. Skeleton Crew started with a 2-episode premiere. This is essential for these shows to hook you in. And they usually do the 2 episodes. Skeleton Crew, the story was bad. The characters were bad. It didn't keep my attention. I was bored. I didn't have a reason to care, to continue watching. I do it because I have a Star Wars channel. Because it's my mission to avenge Star Wars and trash Disney Star Wars. But you look all over Twitter, and the shills were pretending to love every second of it. After every episode, they'd be tweeting, "Oh my god, did you see what happened in that episode? I love Neil. Oh, KB, she's so courageous." Complete losers.
I've been crying over you, crying over you.
Of course, Skeleton Crew didn't do well. It didn't even register on the Nielsen ratings. You had shills, fence riders, fake fans. They coped hard. They'd make excuses that the show doesn't break canon. Doomcock, who everyone falsely thinks is anti-Disney and the biggest badass in the fandom. The guy is a Disney shill. He cried to his fans about not giving Skeleton Crew a fair chance.
And it's a shame, albeit an understandable one, that people gave up on the show before Jude Law showed up. I actually found parts of Skeleton Crew to be pretty damn fun. I laughed out loud at some parts and have to take my hat off to the creators of this show. They managed to generate fun, thanks in no small part to Jude Law's excellent performance and the pirate droid, who was a good comic relief. But all this raises the question, if a show is good, but no one watches it, is it a failure? And what does this failure mean for Star Wars? I'm dismayed to think that a pretty good show like Skeleton Crew could in any way be bested by the Acolyte.
It was another L for Disney Star Wars. But some were trying to justify the L. They blamed the Acolyte for the poor ratings. The ratings were poor because people were so mad about the Acolyte. It's just like when people made excuses for Solo bombing after The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi ruined Solo, not Solo the bad movie. The Acolyte didn't ruin Skeleton Crew's perception. It was a terrible kid show. No one cared. Another defense of Skeleton Crew, it's not a woke show. It's not like The Acolyte. Like, The Acolyte was so bad, and at least this show isn't The Acolyte. Oh, so this is not as bad as The Acolyte, so it's okay to like it. It's okay not to rip on it. That's shill logic.
Surprisingly free of the tedious identity politics that have blighted most of modern Star Wars,
this show is fun, fun, fun!
This looks like so much fun!
And what do they mean there's no identity politics? KB had 2 moms. There's your political messaging. 2 moms and a kid show. Disney can't help themselves. And as long as Disney Star Wars continues, they will continue to push their woke ideology into their shows. Skeleton Crew was terrible. It was a low-stakes show. Nothing happened. There were no major characters involved. It was very forgettable. It didn't crack the Nielsen ratings, which is awesome. The shill support was not nearly enough. And it was even less than The Acolyte, which got canceled. The major downside, it exposed the fake Acolyte haters. That, for the most part, was a grift coming from those channels. But on the plus side, it exposed the people that really don't want Disney Star Wars to fail. It's caused me to really reflect and tighten my inner circle. Me, other members of the Gatekeepers Alliance, fans of all our channels, I think we are all just tired of Disney shills. We're tired of the hopium. We're tired of the justifications to continue to support Disney Star Wars. We just had the worst show. Disney Star Wars was at an all-time low. And you're defending this show? You're not keeping the same energy? Oh, you really don't care about avenging Star Wars. You care about views. And you actually really just want better Disney Star Wars. Not complete failure. You don't think Disney Star Wars deserves complete failure. After all the complaining you do, you don't really believe it. Since the end of Skeleton Crew, there's been a movement to hashtag drain the swamp. There's two sides to this. You either want Disney Star Wars to fail, or you don't. If you aren't on our side, you're on their side. The side with all the Disney shills. And I don't want to hear any of your fucking excuses why you're on that side. Because now there's a target on your back. And we're coming for you. There's been talks of a season 2 of Skeleton Crew. The creators have an idea for it. They would revisit the show a few years down the road, probably bring back Jude Law, but nothing has been said. It didn't crack the Nielsen ratings, so I can't imagine there's going to be anything renewed. So it might just be a one and done, just like The Acolyte. Maybe these characters continue in the shit-ass Disney Expanded Universe novels. They're doing something with the Acolyte characters' prequels. Or maybe they'll find their way into other shows. But the thing that is very telling and hilarious is comparing the Skeleton Crew fans to the Acolyte crybabies. The Acolyte crybabies have been crying about a season 2 for almost a year now. Hashtag renew the Acolyte. Ah! They won't shut up about it. It's a 24/7 cope. They can't come to terms that it was too expensive, no one watched, and then it's never coming back. They're still blaming the alt-right grifters, the toxic fans, for getting it canceled, and crying about Disney caving to the toxic fans, yet they still keep their Communist Plus subscriptions. I know the show hasn't been officially canceled, but I don't see anyone talking about a season 2, demanding one, fearful they might not get one. People have stopped talking about Skeleton Crew. People have stopped talking about Neil. What happened to all the freaks in Neil Nation? It's like the show never happened. The freaks like The Acolyte. It got canceled, and they're still complaining. Skeleton Crew did exist, but it's not even a blip on the radar. And now, it's on to the next thing. That's Andor Season 2. That's Fake Star Wars Celebration 2025. That's Tales of the Underworld. Skeleton Crew? What's that? What's that? No one ever really cared about Skeleton Crew. That's why you never hear anyone talk about it anymore. And when it's officially announced that it's canceled, who knows when that might be, I'm sure you'll have a few shills pretending that they're upset about it, trying to clickbait it. But the noise will surely die very quickly. Skeleton Crew is a terrible show, and soon it will be completely forgotten. As for the complete failure of Disney Star Wars, Skeleton Crew was just another L. The shills will continue to love everything Disney does. The Gweftos and fence riders were exposed, and the real Star Wars fans have more insight and wisdom in our journey to avenge Star Wars.
A show that proved there's other stories to be told in the Star Wars universe that don't have to revolve around Jedi and lightsabers and desperate nostalgia baits. The kind of thing that parents could happily watch along with their kids once a week, and everyone involved would come away feeling like they hadn't just wasted 30 minutes of their lives.
Hey, let's sit on the couch and watch Skeleton Crew. I made buttery popcorn. Oh, let's watch this episode. Oh, I could taste the buttery popcorn and just the light amount of salt and the buttery popcorn. It just melts in your mouth while watching a fantastic show on Communist Plus, Skeleton Crew. Oh, what do you think of Neil? Neil's a cute character, and it's even better when you're eating buttery popcorn. Oh, how are you enjoying it, daughter? Oh, I'm not even watching the show. I'm just watching you enjoy it. Watching you eat your buttery popcorn. Oh.
psycho.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the shells. At last we will have revenge.
Damn well sure we'll avenge it.
Dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.